The AVSA Library Committee is pleased to present the Design Derby, one of the entertaining and somewhat educational programs from the 2015 AVSA Show and Convention. In the Derby, 4 experienced designers were given a specific design challenge to complete in just 20 minutes. The audience watched as the contestants developed the assigned theme into their own designs using the materials provided. Derby judges commented on the completed designs and selected one contestant to be eliminated in each round. Finally, the Derby champion was chosen following round 3. After this demonstration of how quickly and easily designs can be developed, members of the audience were encouraged to try entering their own designs in future shows. The 4 brave contestants were experienced African violet growers and designers: B.J. Ohm of Nebraska, Mary Lou Harden of Florida, Elmer Godney of New Jersey, and Paul Kroll from New York. Design Derby was moderated by Kent Stork. The judges were Joyce Stork, Winston Goretzky, and Ann Nicholas. The theme of the Design Derby was Barbecue Edition, highlighting the fact that Kansas City is famous for its barbecue. The assignment for the first round was to create an underwater flower arrangement using the required materials.
Or would you like to? No. Okay. Round number 1. Sweet Baby Ray's. These are all kinds of barbecue sauce today. Brands of barbecue sauce. It is an underwater flower arrangement, and you may open your bags. Their secret components are an African violet plant, Optimara harlequin, a 4 by 6 by 8 inch glass container, red decorative wire, and Oregonia, which is a type of greenery. Mel, you give them the starting shot. Okay, start. Go. Having been through this, both as an observer and as a competitor in rehearsal rounds over the last couple of years, 20 minutes seems like a lot of time when you're sitting there watching. When you are a competitor, it goes back about 5 minutes. Anybody, if you have a question that you'd like to ask, put your hand up and I'll come to you with a microphone. If something about what somebody is doing or what they might have for an idea. We do have pitchers of water, and we've got pedestals over here that the designs must be placed on for judging. And the judges are welcome to wander around and get a close-up view of what is being done. Let me give you a little bit of back. Oh. Yeah. It was that good breakfast that we had at the judges' breakfast today.
I see all kinds of tools coming out and also supplies. That they all have the same tools, or can they bring their tools, or the other parts of the design elements, or they all have a kitchen?
There is, everybody got to bring their own set of design tools except for Elmer, because Elmer is filling in graciously at the last moment. But yeah, they have their toolkits. He borrowed Mary Jo Bradley's to do this. And they have a pantry, so to speak, here of various materials, all sorts of things that they can choose from. And they have all had a chance to look through this stuff first. At any round, it's first come, first served. Whoever gets there and grabs it first gets to use it. And There are, well, we don't need it in the first round, but in some of the upcoming rounds, we've got niches available, we've got all sorts of things. We got little bunnies, we got big birds, we got rocks, all sorts of tools, we've got wire, containers, we got a saw. Just wait till you see what sort of stuff we got coming up here. There's things I've never seen before. Where did this come from? Annie brought this. Annie is our assistant today. She's representing the great state. Time, Mel? 7 minutes.
So there's a lot of structure going on, and I'm noticing that different elements are being used to do that. We've got
Oh, Mary Lou's moving over to the pedestal already. Good for Mary Lou. Come on, guys, speed it up.
Go, Mary! Go, Mary Lou!
in some way or another.
The water, there's pictures of water over there. Okay, here comes number 2. And it's probably better, to get this water in fairly soon so you can see if things are going to stay down or come to the top.
The whole key is not to have any floaters. So Paul is using his hand to divert the water as he pours it into the container.
Are we going to have enough water there?
I think so. Okay, that kind of keeps the water off of pounding on the design as it gets poured in. Elmer looks like he's putting the final touches on his design here, getting closer.
I tried to get as many fingerprints on those as I could when I was finishing. Having good clean glass is part of the game. 5 minutes. Here comes number 3. Pardon? Optimera Harlequin.
Paul is back over cleaning up his...
Days like this, it doesn't take quite as long to do it. We figured we would be nice the first round. Something that wouldn't be quite so frantic.
Oh, an underwater design.
Yeah. Let us just say that these are probably some of the easier secret components to design with in this round.
That's scary.
Yes, we've got some interesting things coming along. So, 30 seconds.
One of the things I like to have in my
We're fast, BJ.
One of the things I like to have in my design kit is a little funnel that I can use to divert the flow of the water when I'm pouring it into a container.
He's doing 2 pitchers at one time.
It's almost there.
How we doing now?
The water level is up there.
Barbecue sauce comes in varying stages of heat, so I chose to use a redder blossom at the bottom and lighter as it went up with a bud or smaller one at the top. That was my thinking. The red swirl being, the shaking of the bottle kind of thing. And that's about it. I just, we as designers, we don't need to hit the judges between the eyes with a baseball bat. We just have to suggest things, and it's only 15 points. We save the baseball bats for afterwards.
Okay. Who's this next? The next one over? Mary Lou, talk about yours.
that was much too complex for my brain. I put together the materials that were given to me, and the red represents barbecue sauce.
I was looking for a strong kind of line, but I didn't want it directly over the frog, so I tilted it a little bit, and then brought some out to cover the whole container. My whole goal was to get this done.
BJ.
The first thing I thought of was Ray Pittman. Then I thought of rays of sunshine, and then I thought neither one of those are going to work, so I had to do rays of splattering barbecue sauce. And I didn't really know how I was going to. This is a technique actually that I've seen you use before, where you fix the loss into a little thin piece of wire. I've actually never done that before, so basically there's not much thinking of interpretation. You kind of just put something together.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We have made our decision. We are definitely thrilled with the results, and it lets us all know we can do a lot of things very creatively with a lot more speed. But these are all wonderful designs. We have come to see distinct greatness in each of them and maybe a deficiency in some of them, and we have come to a decision. And Winston?
Well, just before we make the decision, I would just like to make a point that when BJ was putting his container in there, he was very carefully measuring the distance of the line material so that it wouldn't break the surface. But there's a little bit of line breakage. I can see the material just a little bit above the water line. There's a meniscus that's just slightly and if you get down low enough, you can actually see that little piece of red wire breaking the surface of the water.
Oh, for shame.
One of the ways we're going to make sure that we come up with.
Yeah.
We'd also note that there are two designs that aren't quite positioned center of the bowl. They look just a little awkward. That would be Elmer's, that's just a little to the side and not quite balanced. The balance isn't as perfect as Elmer would. But Mary Lou, also in her design, she had, knowing it was going to be an underwater design to start with, she had sort of a prepared unit, and it's got film in it, and it doesn't quite catch the theme. So there are a few faults.
Okay, I have a quick comment about that. When I think of barbecue, I think of charred meat, which is black, and the red is the barbecue sauce, and that kind of marries the two concepts together. You've got the black and the red. So even though she's used that black material in there, I think it kind of pulls off more of a barbecue concept then.
Designers stand in front of your design.
Okay, designers, in front of your designs, please. In front of your designs. Judges, any comment about the difficulty of your decision?
Well, they're all really great designs, and they all put them together in very short order, and some without any assistance from designing kits. But we have to pick one, and we're holding off on that.
Okay, the announcement. Are we ready?
Ready.
The designer, unfortunately, in the first round, who has been smoked.
I go into a separate room, that's my design space, and I like the quiet. Blue ribbons in an AVSA show, unquestionably.
Good.
Unquestionably.
Good. Applause, please. Okay, round two.
The assignment for the second round of the competition was to create a plant arrangement with no size limit using the required materials.
free to make it go up to the ceiling if they have the materials. But it has to fit in the spaces on the table over here. Okay, you may open your bags. The secret components are, the violet is Jack of Clubs, a chunk of bark, a bottle of Masterpiece barbecue sauce, and a siloam leaf. Now, at any point during the round, this round, the following round, they are allowed to use anything that is in this room in their design. So if they need something, they can shout it out. If you've got it in your purse, you can let them have it.
$100?
Okay, now, are you ready? Go.
You've got a question.
This is a plant arrangement. Yes.
Was this furnished or is this yours?
Mary Lou has a very interesting piece of driftwood. For those of you who remember Jackie Jones, who was a wonderful designer who's no longer with us, she sold this piece of wood at an auction. And I purchased it, and I've never been able to figure out how to use it. And Mary Lou's right now doing some wonderful things with it. So, first time in my history that I've seen that thing work.
How are we doing for time now? 15 minutes.
What is he going to do?
Looks like he's separating the lid from the bottom and he's squeezed out the liquid.
It's good.
And Mary Lou just keeps working very quietly and steadily.
The energy in this room, though, is amazing.
How much time?
5.
Every one of these designers is approaching this completely differently. And each design is so striking, and they're so sure of where they're going with it. Can you feel that? You seem to be.
But I'm thinking of a centerpiece for a barbecue.
Okay.
So Mary Lou has picked up her design and she's making her way over to the table. I think she's going to be trying to finish securing the entire design on the table.
Whoops.
Let's see a bit of designer interference over here.
Do we have to use the whole bottle? Or just anything that has to do with
Anything to do with
You
the
can
bottle.
use the lid, you can use the label, you can use the sauce itself.
Once again, BJ's the last one.
BJ's the last one working in his station, but he made it last time.
Elmer has placed his design. We're waiting on the barbecue sauce. Mary Lou is securing with wire. She's putting the final touches on securing her plants in place. Oh, Elmer is drizzling barbecue sauce.
That was in the rules. That was fun.
It has a fluid quality now.
I would say
It's
that's
a shine we've
very
never seen before
fluid
in a
design.
design.
That is
correct, and the smell of barbecue permeates the air. It looks
that where you're going to leave
unfortunately
yours?
like blood.
Mary Lou still hasn't decided how she's using. Here comes BJ.
BJ's coming down the line. Yeah, Elmer's adding more barbecue sauce. Standing back, he's checking the positioning. Oh, turning it slightly.
In a way, Elmer's kind of like doing a kinetic design because there is movement as the barbecue.
He's extended the reach of the barbecue sauce onto the table so that it has some more continuity, I guess.
Time? 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
BJ has decided that he needs to top dress with a little bit of Spanish moss just to hide some of the material at the background.
Yes, judges are not supposed to look at the back, but if you're close looking down, you could see some of his phones, and now he has covered it.
15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hands up. Thank you. Okay, judges, do you have comments? Well, let's have the three designers stand by their designs and speak about them a little bit. Mary Lou, you're here first, so.
Okay, well, as I told Joyce earlier, I don't ever use any props in mine, except one time I used a mask because it was required. But it's difficult using props. For me, it is. So here's my design.
Like everybody else, I went for the height, but I wanted to soften it a little bit with the greenery and whatever this weed is. And you know, I just opened up, I looked at the bottle, I said, I don't want to use it as a prop. I was thinking of peeling the label off, but I said no. So I just said, you know, all we had to do was use something in or on the bottle, or use the bottle, so I used what was inside. And it's tasty too.
Same thing with me. I didn't feel like I could incorporate that bottle in there anywhere, and I was just thinking of a centerpiece for a barbecue or a picnic.
It's still dripping.
And so,
yes,
as you saw, I just cut the label out and glued it onto a dowel and put it in there subtly instead of literally, I guess. So.
Okay, thank you. Judges?
As the judges are evaluating these, we love the fact that there's so much variety in these designs. Very clever, very much the hand of the designer with these things as they work. We had a little bit of a concern. Mary Lou has hidden her barbecue sauce very much. Is it too much? Elmer has used a very unconventional style, but it's highly original. Was it too original? BJ almost left his mechanics, but now I can't see them.
No, he came back and
He got that done. So there's our comments.
Okay. Would the designers please stand by their designs once again? I have been handed the judge's decision. The designer who has been smoked this round is Elmer. Facing off for the final round to see who's going to be our champion today. I wish that I could say that we had a $10,000 prize, but it was not in the budget. It will simply be the satisfaction of being the victor today. Okay, please go back to your stations. And you have the bags.
With only 2 designers remaining, the assignment for the final round of the competition was to create either a plant or a blossom arrangement using these required materials.
Round 3. The theme is bullseye. It's a designer's choice. It can be either a plant or blossom arrangement, whichever they choose. And the secret components, which you may start taking out of the bag now, the African violet is tatanka. You have a dinner napkin, a dart, and a bowl. Are you ready now? Let's begin. There is no size limit. So you are free, and that sometimes makes it even worse. BJ is grabbing river cane. Did you take it all? He took it all, so Mary Lou took that. He's being very nice. Let's give him a round of applause.
A lot of people don't realize that in the showroom when the designers are putting their designs together, they often set up little stations near where they're constructing their design, and they quite generously share a lot of their tools and supplies and things with each other. So it's a very joint effort between different designers. You can't show up to convention with absolutely everything you need, so sometimes you're missing just that one piece, or something fails on you, and you can always count on a fellow designer to lend a hand. So it's kind of a fun opportunity.
Absolutely. Designers, I have seen so many times over the year, designers are such a wonderful group. Yes, they're in competition, but they also work together. And sometimes they steal ideas from each other too, but that's part of the game, isn't it? One advantage that our final 2 designers have here today is that this design will be judged in place. They do not have to move these designs. So they can get, you used it?
I've got a volume 4 here.
This is the moss. It's really, sometimes you find it's really hard, but this is just really light and fluffy and soft. Yeah. We had a bag of it, and BJ has used all of the bag.
Notice again, with the theme being bullseye, how totally different these 2 designers are interpreting that theme. And we're not sure yet whether Mary Lou will use flowers or plants, but we can tell with BJ's building, and he's been very carefully balancing that bowl so it tilts forward. It's one thing that judges look for. They like to see the plant kind of looking at them. And he has worked hard to create that element.
And I'm quite sure that Joyce, in her shopping expedition for this, that you chose bowls and dinner napkins that were the color of barbecue sauce so that it would fit the theme.
Indeed. I think, as I was choosing the element that I think is maybe the most...
Oh, come on! There's one.
There's one.
They want to do container gardens, natural gardens, and terrariums next year, so put your name in.
Those who have never designed in niches may not realize that niches are a challenge because they tend to want to close up on you after they've been packed. And so getting them to stay open to position things properly is a bit of a trick. And now, those of you who sat right here are really happy.
I'll take that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
BJ thought that was a call a friend.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Nice transitional material.
1 minute.
Oh, here comes the application of the dart.
That's a lot heavier.
Uh-oh.
Miscalculation.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
What's he gonna do? He's wrapping wire now around the dart.
40 seconds.
Uh-oh. Time is going quickly.
He's wrapping red wire around the dart.
30 seconds.
He's extending the dart's length.
20 seconds.
He's gonna get that dart in just in the nick of time.
13. 10.
He's using the root ball of the plant
8.
to skewer that,
6,
that wire to support
5, 4, 3,
dart.
2.
Can he do it?
Oh,
The dark bell's still, it's in there.
He's used the dart element, it just may not have been in the line direction that he was hoping for.
Yes.
Mary Lou.
Well, you know, the dart's going in the right direction. I hit it where I wanted it to.
She's begging for points.
And I think it's a lovely design.
I just tried to use that African violet as the bullseye, and the dart was heavier than I thought it was, so I kind of blew it on that, but that's okay.
Okay, judges?
Yes, it was really wonderful that they each chose to do a different kind of arrangement. One doing the flower, one doing the plant, and as one said, it's like judging oranges and apples or whatever, but they both did an excellent job. Again, the theme was bullseye, and they had all those ingredients to use, and they had successfully created 2 beautiful designs.
I think it was interesting to watch Mary Lou execute her spiral. I was thinking it might wrap around the poles, and then she changed her mind and went with a different approach, and using the blossoms hanging off of the different loops was quite an interesting way to execute this design.
And of course, BJ got the tall niche first. That was a disadvantage, Lou, because her design would have benefited to be in that niche to frame it and give it a little more background. BJ, would you do that? Would you take that? Yes. I think it might be a good time, Kent, to let everybody in the audience get to position to see whichever one they want to see.
Okay, yes. Take a little time so that you can... I hope that you have learned a few things today.
Never volunteer for it.
Okay. I have been given the judge's decision, and this is not based simply on the 2 designs that were done in the last round, but it is based overall on the designs that the designers have done today.
Of our final 2 designers, the one who is smoked is Mary Lou, and BJ is our champion today.
And, oh, excuse me, and disqualified one, so first.
That's right, nothing, yes.
And we weren't point scoring, but, well, they could have done this. We are so enchanted by every design that was done here. And we just had to come down to a choice, and we made it. And we can't imagine having done any of these. These are wonderful.
I just want to make a comment on BJ's design. I've sort of been following his designing style over a number of years and just kind of trying to see if I can identify which ones are his when I walk into the room without looking at any of the cards. And he has a certain style that I find very interesting, and it's a very dominant style. And I really appreciate what he does with his ideas and how he puts his concepts together. And I think it's just a great way to try and express yourselves. And I don't know how many people here do design, but you can learn so many different things by just looking at how people construct their design. So I hope this has all been really useful and educational to you, just to sort of see under pressure what you can do. And a lot of people say, I don't have time to do design, but you saw what it took. So under pressure and with little time, you can actually accomplish some really amazing things. So I hope you'll give it a try.
Thank you to all the competitors who chose to participate. It did take some arm twisting. Elmer in particular didn't get much warning and almost wanted to throw up, I think, when I told him. Yes, when he got here, he got put into place. So Mary Lou was far and away the one I was most expecting to disappear because she was so scared in advance, and boy did she come through. But for right now, BJ is the man to beat.
Thank you to the judges. Thank you, Annie, for being our assistant. Thank you, competitors. Congratulations to BJ. Thank you all for coming. Maybe you can take this home and do it for a club program sometime.
Of course, a program like the Design Derby doesn't happen without a lot of people helping. We need to say thank you to the following people for their contributions. And a special thank you to each of you for watching this video. The AVSA Library Committee hopes you'll be inspired to try entering a design in your next show.